So I'm heading back out to that Kyanite spot again today. It's been a couple weeks and things are thawing out a little bit, so I should be able to get some exploring in. And as I was driving in, I saw a couple more slides. There's a slide right here. You can kind of see the alders behind the trees there. Over here, quite a ways that way, I seen another slide. I might have to check that out another day, but this one seems manageable for today. So I might try and check that one out and then head over to my other Kyanite spot. So this seems to be one of the spots where the slide has come down off the mountain. There's a little bit of rock to look at in this little stream here, but most of the stuff in throughout the bush there, I think it's from logging. So I think I'm gonna try and look at the stream coming up here and see what we can see. So it seems like I've hit the end of the slide here, and I haven't been seeing as much as I've seen on the other side. Like, there's some lower grade garnets in this schist. It's not really crystallized that well, and the micas are really small. But you can see there's a little garnet in this boulder here. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that the other slide that I checked out in my last video is just over there, like 200 feet away. And here I'm not really seeing any nice garnets or anything, but over there there's like huge garnets, kyanite, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it just goes to show how easy it is to miss something. So here's what came out of the first screen. You can see there's a nice little circle in there of almandine garnets. That's the red. And then around the red almandine garnets, there's more black and green minerals, which is the hornblende and pyroxene usually. And there's a little bit of magnetite and hematite kind of mixed in with the garnets. These garnets aren't really big enough to do anything with, so I'm probably going to have to move on to the other slide again and see what I could get over there. But it's always worth it just to take a little bit of screen in these kinds of areas, because you never really know what you're going to find. All kinds of heavy minerals will get trapped in this way, so it's a pretty good method to use when there's heavy minerals that you're looking for. So I'm back at that other slide again, and you can really tell the difference in the rocks, because just if you look at any rock here, it's at least got some almandine garnet or some interesting hornblende formations, more almandine garnet, and the bedrock just right here is loaded with garnet. You can see all this low grade garnet all through here. There's some all over the place. And yeah, like there's some more higher quality ones around these quartz veins here, which probably brought a little bit more heat. Well, this must have been carried quite a ways. It looks like the same feldspars as from where I find my sunstone and stuff. Yeah, you can see a little bit of moonstone kind of action going on down there. Not really high grade or anything, but still nice nonetheless. There's a little bit of moonstone action going on in that little piece there too. So that's kind of cool. Must have been carried either by glaciers, or there's some more of it intruding somewhere around here. So this piece here looks to be part of a scarn. You can see This quartz seam here has some pockets in it, which were likely filled with calcite at one point in time. And there's a few other minerals that kind of gather around the quartz there. I'm not sure exactly what happens in the reaction, but it's metasomatism is what happens, so you could probably search that up. But yeah, you can find some really interesting minerals around these skarns. Like my orange garnet spot is also a skarn that holds the orange garnets. But yeah, typically they'll hold like amphiboles, pyroxenes, garnets, and some other minerals. But yeah, in this piece it doesn't look like there's too much going on. Maybe a little bit of garnet in there, but it's not high quality at all. It's just little grains of it. And maybe some diopside in there, but yeah, it's always good to look at skarn type material. This piece here is looking kind of like it has some skarn in it. It seems to be quite quartz rich, and it has what looks to be orange garnets in there. So that would be considered hessonite garnet, I would think. More of the calcium side of garnets, and its orange color kind of leads me to that. There's little seams of garnet kind of going all through this quartz. It might look kind of cool cut, but I'm not really seeing any pockets in there. So you're not going to get any well-formed crystals. But maybe if there's more of the seam around here, you could get some nice orange hessonite garnets. But yeah, not too bad. That's kind of cool. Some pretty nice garnets in this piece here. It's quite loaded. But yeah, they look kind of etched. Just that kind of formation. But yeah, lots of garnet all through there. Wonder where that piece came from. I might have to break that one up. I'll have to go get my chisel and see what I can do about this one. Yeah, some of these are actually pretty nicely formed. Kind of surprised. They're quite hidden in this schist, but once they get cleaned up, they won't be bad at all. Well, that worked. So here's all the good garnet material I got out of that rock. You can see there's a couple nice ones down on this piece here, and right there by my finger there seems to be a big face of garnet. So this stuff is quite loaded. I'll have to take my textile spraying machine and try and clean those up when I get home. But as I was just looking around, I come across this boulder right here, which actually looks really nice. I'm not seeing really much faces on the garnets, but the schist looks right for there to be some nice faces. So I might try and pull this one out, see what it's all about. Maybe there's some nice ones in there somewhere. Seems to be going right through the whole rock. You can see there's some pretty big garnets on the bottom here, but in the middle it looks pretty void of garnet. It's just kind of either side of this rock. But yeah, this side might have something worthwhile taking. So I'll probably try and shave off this layer with my chisel and see what I could come up with. You can see the size of those compared to my thumb there. This one here, pretty good size. So if one of those is decently crystallized, that'd be pretty cool. It is actually pretty nice schist all the way through there. Well, something in the conditions of how these formed mustn't have been right, because these garnets, they're kind of like blobs in there. But this schist is really nice and flaky and nicely crystallized. So it's just strange that these garnets didn't want to form into good crystals. So, yeah, but there's some nice, good size chunks of garnet, like what was on the outside there. But they just didn't get that good garnet shape. Like you can see, that's like almost a perfect circle there. But they didn't get the facets on them. So, yeah, it's kind of the way it goes sometimes. But I'm sure somewhere in this formation there are some nice crystals where this came from. These garnets from that other boulder turned out quite nice, so I'll be taking those ones home. And I think I'm going to start doing some sifting now. There's a bunch of gravels in here, plenty enough to check out. So I guess I'll start doing some sifting and see what I could come up with. So I just broke this boulder open. It's just like that. And on the inside, I wasn't expecting it, but it's got a pretty good chunk of kyanite in there. You can see that blue there. That's definitely the biggest chunk of kyanite I've found here yet. And then on the inside of here, you can see more of that kyanite. So that's pretty cool. But what caught my eye is this really coarsely crystallized muscovite. So that's something I'll keep an eye out for if I want to find some larger, coarser kyanite. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Huh. I'm gonna get this wet and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that really takes the blues out. You can see that a lot better now. That's yeah, definitely one of the nicest pieces of kyanite that I've ever dug. Little piece just broke off the back here. You can see just how coarse that muscovite is crystallized. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome find in my books. Very happy with that. This is the other half, and just look at that blue in that blade there. Really deep blue. Yeah, I'd love to find where this came from. Looks like it rolled around in the creek quite a bit. Like it's got some really rounded edges. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the source of it, but there's got to be more of it around here somewhere. But yeah, that color is just so good. Well, there was the first flip. Nice little circle of garnets there. Doesn't look too gemmy in there, but I might have to do a few screens before I find anything too great. But the size of the garnets is better here, that's for sure. So I'll probably do another. So here's the cleanup of however many screens that was. It was awesome to be able to test out my screen that I made. It's just got some screen that I got from a friend from a place that I used to work, and some cedar that I got that was scrapped from a mill a long time ago. Works pretty good for a free piece of equipment. Yeah, I'll be using it more in the future for sure. It'd be fun to try getting some spinels in around the peridot spots, or maybe even peridot would concentrate nicely. I don't know. But yeah, this garnet was a good test for it. So I don't think I'm going to come across too much gem grade material in here. There's some slightly gemmy garnets in this stuff, but nowhere near the size or quality that I need for cutting, so that kind of blocks that off the list for this spot. I've been just sampling all up and down the creek along here. Haven't really seen too much, but seen some pretty cool rocks though. This boulder here, you can see the size of those garnets are just massive. Like, it's insane. Not too well formed, but still really cool to see garnets that size. See that one there? So, just up here, I think I found some more kyanite. I don't know if it's as good as the last one, but I guess we'll see. You can see there's a little bit of kyanite and that quartz in there. And going through up in here. See if there's any more in there. Looks like that might be it, but I think I might break this rock open and see if there's any more kyanite in there, because there is a good chance that there could be more hidden inside this quartz. See, there were some more crystals going inside that quartz. Really nice and blue there. And there's a bit of a crystal going up there. There's the outside where I seen the kyanite initially. This piece here has some more kyanite in it. There's a nice long blade there. Not too bad. Pretty nice, actually. Some pretty nice garnets in there. I really like this muscovite schist. It's just something I don't see that often. But yeah, there's some decently well-formed garnets in there. Some have some faces. Well, I think that's going to be it for this one. We found some pretty cool stuff today. I'm pretty happy with the finds. And yeah, hopefully we'll get back out exploring again soon. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.